What if Fem Deku was Cozy Glow? The backstory. We start this off with, Cozy Glow, she was at her home. She's about 4 years old. And she was with her father. Father, why does mother seem angry? Well, you see, her and your grandmother are not on good terms at the moment, due to your mother having, connections with a certain person. Really? Yes. Then, who's that person? It's better off you don't know, as he pats her head. She giggles. Well, anyway, your mother and I have something to discuss. Why don't you go to bed? Very well, Father. As she goes to, her bedroom to go sleep, later in the night, we hear knocking at the door. As her mother's go and open it, as it's all for one. Well, if it isn't the daughter of the Hero Safety Committee, and I'm guessing that is your husband. Yes, what are you doing here? Well, you've outlived your usefulness, which means you're no longer of value, and I cannot have you, telling anyone the secrets you know. As Kozuko woke up due to the knocking at the door, and made her way downstairs, and decided to, hide in the closet as she didn't know who the man was at the door, as she was just listening in on them. What do you mean? Well, it seems like your influence with your grandmother was the only reason I was keeping you alive. You're no longer of use, so I'm disposing of you. As he uses black tendrils and impales Cozy Glow's or Fem Deku's mother, killing her, as her father tries to run, as then he gets, hit with an air cannon, squishing him against the wall, killing him as well. As Cozy Glow saw this from, the closet she was hiding in, as All for One, who's wearing a hat and trench coat, it looks over at the closet, as we see a scared, crying, but also enraged Cozy Glow. As he looks over there, and this simply turns around and leaves. As she comes out from the closet, baffled about her, parents' death, as she goes upstairs and goes to the one place her parents told her never to go, was her mother's office. As she walked in and went to her desk and found a whole lot of papers. These papers were a variety of the deals she had done with All for One, and she started to realize it was her own fault of getting herself killed. But still, the anger of watching her parents died stuck with her. As she starts to leave, as she took very few funds that she had left, and had walked and was stuck on the streets for a while. One day, she's roaming the streets in rag clothing, has some blood on her clothes due to it being old and surviving the events she had witnessed of her parents being killed. And she comes across, Tyrek, as in the last part. Follow me, child. As Cozy Glow doesn't know why, but is compelled to follow Tyrek. As she follows Tyrek back to, his hideout. So do you wish to become powerful? As she looks up with, still the rage in her eyes. Yes. Well, we start your training first thing in the morning. Quarks is a, consumption due to, my abilities. Magic consumption, which has been converted into, consuming quarks to increase my power. But I could teach you how to use it too. As she's interested, What do you mean? 1. As Tyrek leans down and touches her shoulder, imagine. Have the heroes done anything for you? As she does, no. Has the villains or anyone in the society ever even considered for you? In fact, your grandmother doesn't even care. Otherwise, she would have sent her guards to look for you immediately. As she agrees with Tyrek, you're right. So how about I train you? And I help you harness that power of yours. As she tilts her head, power? Yes. You may think you have a Pegasus quark. No. You have something stronger. As she's confused. 1. It only works with this. It will only unlock with the magic I'm going to teach you. It will also be known as your true demonic form. As she says it back to Tyrek, demonic form? Does that mean I'll become powerful? Yes. Powerful enough to rival All Might and All for One himself. But every power comes with its risks. As she looks over at Tyrek, what risks? 1. For instance, for me to keep my form, I must not be defeated. Which I've been defeated by the likes of All for One before. Reason I'm not in my most powerful state. So you must keep that in mind. You lose a battle, that power goes away until you can replenish it. Do you understand? As she nods her head. Good. Now let's train. As Tyrek trains with Cozy Glow, as they constantly practice with fighting and all that, until one day she did unlock her form at the age of 7. 3 years she had been training with Tyrek to unlock it. I managed to unlock it, Tyrek. As she fires a blast which destroys the wall and several, layers of rock behind the wall. As Tyrek looks back, that was an impressive strike. Definitely. Your powers are frightening. As he sends a magical blast at her, as she opens her wings and uses it as a reflection, reflecting the attack back at Tyrek, as he manages to block the attack. Well, that is an interesting part of your quark I didn't know about. I simply infused the magic within to my wings, able to absorb and reflect it. You're definitely a smart child. But I've been bored, and I'm pretty sure you have too with all this training. Maybe make a few friends. And maybe go reunite with your grandmother. Why? She never cared. Yes, but you can hold great power within the Hero Safety Commission. And most likely she'll try to put you in a position to where no one can harm you. I see. So All for One won't be easily able to get rid of me if he sees I'm not useful. Of course, you're going to need his assistance. I'm aware of that. You're a smart child. Now, remember, you won't be seeing me for a while. As Cozy Glow looks at Tyrek, what do you mean? I picked you up off the streets, fed you, trained you. You will return that favor one day, in full. And remember this, favors is the one weakness you owe, because owing a favor you must always fulfill the task. I see. As her eyes rage up with fire, so I can't betray a favor. Precisely. And if anyone betrays a favor, you know what to do with them. As Cozy Glow smiles, of course, you eliminate them. As Tyrek starts to chuckle, you're totally right. Now go do your own form of entertainment. Entertainment? Yes, fun, in fact. Every child needs to have fun. Like watching people squirm as you've crushed them? Man, you've been quite observant. Of course, those with lesser powers should be groveling at the people with the greatest powers after all. I couldn't agree with you more. For one, I had control over this era for a time being, and the name Tyrek was engraved in history. They thought they could erase that name, and even now, it still dwells within the Hero Safety Commission and the villains. And I'm not done. They may think I've died long ago, but no. I've just been nurturing a greater evil. A greater evil? Yes, you. As Cozy looks, well, at a reflection, looking at her form, the same as the thumbnail. You're right. I'm stronger than all of them. I could take them on myself. Now. Don't be too hasty. You could still perform your own great deeds from the shadows. You're right. The greatest villains are not the ones that rush, but the ones that are patient and are smart. But at least I can probably have some entertainment. Can I, Tyrek? What are you suggesting? Can I organize a villain gang? Villain gang? Ooh, you're gonna have villains fight villains? Yes, and I'll be observing from the shadows. Smart move. I knew taking you under my wing, or, well, whatever you suggest, was a great idea. Remember, every power has a limit. You will constantly need to consume more quark energy to sustain and grow. Don't worry, I have a plan for that. As she starts to chuckle. Now, you've grown more evil by every day I've trained you, which is absolutely amazing. But every evil villain needs at least some henchmen or partners. You will need your own. You're right. First, I will organize a little bit of entertainment for me. Then I'll go searching for a person that can aid me. Thank you, Tyrek, for all you've done for me. No, I should be thanking you, Cozy Glow. After all, the whole reason I was managed to gain more strength was thanks to you. As she looks confused. I may have been draining a little bit of your strength every now and then, causing me to replenish my once, well, good form. As when I found you, I was in a shriveled up state. So that's what you were doing. As she glares at Tyrek. That is evil. I thought you wouldn't do that to your student. You know I have boundaries. And, of course, I can't stay in that shriveled up form forever. I prefer to be in this one. As she sighs, very well. Until we meet again, Tyrek. Until we meet again. As Cozy Glow leaves. Now, what to do? As she goes into town, and all that, and is thinking how to start up some form of entertainment before her plans to rejoin, well, meet her grandmother and get a position in the Hero Safety Commission. She then starts to look around, and then notices two villain groups having a deal. Oh, I know how to start things up. As she charges, well, a laser blast through her horn. to make it seem like, well, a gunshot, as she blasted, seemingly killing one of the villains. As it leads to a full-on brawl between the two gangs, thinking one of them opened fire first. As she's watching from the rooftop, yes! As she's just watching these villains duke it out, throwing fists, using their quirks. So much entertainment. As then she sees one of them going flying. Home run! Oh, come on, you can do more than that. As the villains are exhausted and mostly all on the ground, with only about 2 of them from one gang still being, well, standing. As she comes down with her wings and starts applauding. Excellent, excellent. Y'all did a magnificent time entertaining me for the night. As, well, the injured and the 2 standing look over at Cozy Glow. Who are you? I'm the one that started this little entertainment. Wait, you're the one that... As soon as she said that, lasers pierced both the guys that were standing as they fall over. Yes, but you are no longer needed. You've fulfilled what I've wanted you to do. As then she simply consumes everyone's power and energy, causing her to feel stronger as her magic power starts to grow. Yes, thank you, Tyrek. With this power, I'll be unstoppable. But I don't want anyone else to know. It's better if I keep... As she simply transforms into her Cozy Glow small Pegasus form. Yes, this is more suitable. Now to leave out of here, as she simply just flies on out. While she's scrolling through the sky, she sees, well, someone in an alleyway. As she stops by, well, a bread place, and buys a piece of bread. As she goes to the alleyway and sees a purple-haired girl, maybe about 2 to 3 years older than her. As she walks over to her and hands her the bread. You need something to eat? As the girl looks up at her. Who are you? As she smiles, Cozy Glow. As she grabs the bread and starts eating it. Don't you need some help? As the little girl, just a little bit older than Cozy Glow Deku, is a bit confused. Why, you can help me. In exchange, I can keep giving you food, supplies, what you need. As long as you help me. So what's your name? Clara. Clara. That is a nice name. As she looks up, you're younger than me. I may be younger, but I can help you. As she stands up and follows Cozy Glow. As, well, she uses the money that she still had left over from her family and Tyrek, and also from the thugs she just literally murdered a few blocks away. As they go to, well, a small fast food place to get something to eat. And later that day, a car pulls up near where Cozy Glow is. As a, well, hero and a few other people come up over and, well, grab Cozy Glow and takes her away. As the girl that was there with her with the purple hair is confused. As she chases after the car. Was that what she meant? Did she need help? As she clenched the food that she had in her hand and simply broke it. As she got angry and tried to follow the car the best that she could. As we see Cozy Glow just sitting in between 2 security guards and a hero. As this hero happens to be Hawks. You didn't have to grab me and rush me into a car. Sorry, orders from your grandmother. As she looks up, why does she care? I've been on my own since I was 4, and I'm about 8 right now. Yes, but your grandmother has been looking for you for at least some time now. As Kozilo thinks, just as Tyrek said, she wishes to use me. As she smiles, this could be fun, though. As she is brought to her grandmother. Well, Cozy Glow, I heard what happened to your parents. Do you happen to remember who murdered them? As she simply responds, no, I have no recollection. Obviously lying. For some odd reason. Well, you may stay here as long as you like. You'll be fed and I'll be taking care of you. As she puts on a smile, very well. As she simply is about to leave. We should discuss more. Don't you have work to do? After all, I heard, as that hero comes in, saying, Ma'am, we need you at an emergency meeting immediately. I guess that I will be needed. I guess I'll talk with you later, Cozy Glow. My granddaughter. As she gets up and leaves the room. As Cozy Glow simply sighs. As she then just sees, well, Clara at the gate. As she simply runs down, and the guards are technically not being so friendly with Clara, as they're thinking she's trying to trespass, as Cozy Glow comes up and says, What are y'all doing? As she goes over to her, as one of the guards is about to hit her too, thinking she's just someone that got past the gate, as the other security guard stopped her. You do know who that is? What does it matter? It's just a child who's trying to trespass. That child is the granddaughter of the Hero Safety Commission president. You could get fired, or worse, thrown into jail for touching her. As he simply just stops. As Cozy Glow simply just glares at the man. You, call an ambulance. Get her medical attention immediately. Of course. I'll do that right away. As he calls an ambulance immediately to get Clara to a hospital. As Cozy Glow is angry. As she thinks in her head, You're not about to just, kill someone I see as a potential use. You'll pay for this. She says that in her mind. As later, she was taken to a hospital. As Cozy Glow was the one that paid for all the bills using, her money from her grandmother. As it's nighttime, as a security guard that hurt Clara is heading home, as we see, Cozy Glow in her same form as the thumbnail, standing above, as she shoots at the man in the shoulder, as he, once he's in pain, starts running, knowing that he's being shot at. Might as well have a little bit of fun, as she simply just sends blasts at him while he's running away. Simply just messing with him. As he turns a corner, thinking it will lead him into a street or something with a lot of people. As it turns out to be a dead end, as he's then shot in the shoulder once again. As he once is in pain, Who's there? As Cozy Glow comes out from the shadows, you see, you injured a valuable person for future plans. And I can't have you ruining someone else's things. As the man reaches for his pistol, as then his hand just simply goes flying off due to a slash that Cozy Glow made with her horn. No. Like I said, I can't have you cause a scene here. No one know you'll exist after today. But I don't usually do this. I usually grant the people the mercy of death before I usually drain them of all their power. Kinda like Tyrek does. But I feel like I'll make an exception for you, as he drains, every ounce of the man's quark, until his quark is completely erased. As he falls to the ground and doesn't feel his power. What did you do? As the man is shaking. I simply just took the quark, the one thing that people in this world take care and hold dear the most, the power they have. Once taken away, it's quite amusing to see what you'll do with it afterward. I've had done it to a few people when I was training with someone that taught me this. As he looks up at her with fear, you, as he's about to say something, he simply just gets shot in the head. What was that? Were you about to say, you monster? In a way, I guess you're right. As she looks at the dead corpse, with her eyes looking like they're on fire. I must not be satisfied. Maybe I'll need something else to entertain me for the time being. As then, her little spell around, Clara's room goes off. Someone's there without my permission. As she simply just vanishes and flies towards the hospital. As she observes, I see. As we see a doctor who's about to inject a syringe, as a blast comes through the window, hitting the syringe and hitting the doctor in the arm. As the doctor looks out the window and sees, Cozy Glow as she appears as lightning flashes. As he simply runs out of the room. People always want to mess up my plans. I've already done research on her. Having that night quirk of hers is very valuable. It also increases her loyalty to a person. So her usefulness are great. Now I've already made an impression on her, which is good. But now, there's this other matter I must take care of. As she transforms back into her, Cozy Glow Pegasus state. As she's simply back in her own area of the department of the Hero Safety Commission. As someone enters. Well, if it isn't a familiar face. As she turns around, and it's all for one. If it isn't the girl I let go, 3 to 4 years ago? Yes, you did murder my parents. What have you done? What are you going to do now? Finish the job? No, I have a proposal for you. As she's interested. A proposal? Yes. I get you to a higher position and power, and you owe me a favor in exchange for the future. How can I trust that you can get me in the said position? 1. As a stack of, cases of money appear, I could simply just buy your way to it. 2. Bribery and torture is always another method. And plenty more. And the other option, if you disagree, is going to be death. I do feel too interested, and this is a lifetime opportunity. So I guess I will accept your generous offer, all for one. But listen to me very carefully. You break this favor when I'm doing it, you'll pay. As he sighs in his mind. Like she can do anything to me. She simply just has a Pegasus quirk. If I choose to, I could have still stolen it a long time ago. As she smiles, as she's thinking in her mind, all for one. You are surely mistaken for thinking I just have a simple Pegasus quirk. But I'll let you think about that for now. I've already covered up all the scenes of my, entertainment for the time. So what else would you like? Would you like a drink of coffee, perhaps? As she gestures over to the coffee machine in the room. I am good. I will get you to that position of power, but remember, you owe me. Very well. Until we meet again. As Cozy Glow just simply leaves the room. I'm not used to the one I come to meet leaving before me. Well, this surely will be entertaining. As he leaves, of course, he gets in about the same fight with All Might shortly after that event. I believe it was 10 years in canon. I'm gonna make it less. I'm gonna believe 8, just so the storyline makes sense. And that is pretty much a wraps for the backstory of Cozy Glow. Now, if you want me to make a special one for how she met Actor, let me know down in the comment section. I would gladly do that one if y'all ask for it. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed What a Female Deku Was Cozy Glow, the backstory.